Hi guys, welcome again to my channel. Today I'm here with you and I'm going to demonstrate how I make ugali mboga. So come along with me and let's cook. What you need first of all is grease. You know grease? This is found in the German supermarket. If you go to any German supermarket and look or ask for grease, you will definitely get something like this. That's how it looks like. It's some kind of flour. This is what is used to make ugali. And again, you need a mwiko. The mwiko is something of this sort. This is how the mwiko looks like. And you need water. You need water. You have to boil the water. Bring the water to a boil. And then you mix the grease and mix it with the mwiko. So we're going to go straight to the cooking. Just come along with me and let's see how we make ugali. I'm sorry, you have to check on the water. Like there's no, okay, there is some way how you make or you measure the amount of water you need depending on what or the amount of ugali you want to make. But for this case, I just need ugali for one person. So I use my eyes or the Juakali way of looking and checking the ingredients, and that's how I do my ugali. Right now I have the water boiled. That's the water. And I'm going to go straight to cooking. So follow me and I hope you're going to have lots of fun. Okay. You add the water slowly and slowly, bit by bit. Add the water, continue mixing. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm just spilling. And as you mix, I go and put the heat down. I just drops the heat because otherwise it's going to be very, it's going to cook really fast, and then it's not going to be really in the best way cooked. So I'm going to add until it comes to a very firm consistency. And this is how it goes. I hope you're just looking and having some fun. I'm sorry the camera is quite a little bit far away, but I'm trying to focus this right where you are. This is how it looks like. Okay, I've mixed already, and that's the ugali. So let's go ahead and cook. You mix and mix and mix until you make sure you have a very firm consistency of the maize meal or the grease and the water. In my case, I'm going to add some more grease because I realize it's too slippery. So I'm just going to add some more and continue mixing and mixing until I get exactly what I need. And this is the firm consistency of the whole grease. So as I continue mixing, it's cooking as well, and it's giving me a very nice aroma of ugali. Whoever knows or whoever has tried ugali before could possibly know what I mean. So yes, that's how we're going. That's how we do it. You continue and continue cooking, and I'm still going to make the mboga. As I said before, we are going to make ugali mboga. So I have the onions already. I'm going to put some oil and fry the onions. I have my mbogas. They're already cut, prepared. I'm just going to put them right in the oil and continue cooking. Okay, so I just add some oil, and then I go ahead cooking. So the ugali is really good. Everything is really going fine. I think I still need some flour. Just going to add some flour, some grease, as you call it in Germany. And I go ahead mixing and mixing until I get to that consistency that is really firm and really easy to hold with a fork or even the hands. So it's doing really fine. Everything is really good. That's how I am doing it so far. You can look. That's how it is. So let's go ahead. As I continue making the burgers, this one is cooking. I make sure I clear off my mess as well. I don't just sit around the kitchen. I clear my mess, of course. I remove the grease, take it back to its place. For next cooking, goodbye. And then for the burgers, I have the tomato paste. I don't know if you can really see this. This comes inside the burgers. For this time, I don't have the tomatoes, so I use the paste, and that's what I will be using to change or make it, to give some flavor to my burgers. I hope you're following. This is how I am doing with the onions. Like I said, you just have to fry this until it gives a brown color or some color brown. So I'm going to check along. I'm still checking on my ugali, and as I said, guys, you just give it some time. As you give it time, it becomes more firm and really it gets the flavor. And one thing I learned from my home cooking or from home, for you to know ugali is well cooked, you just have to look at the bottom of the pot. If you see the bottom of the pot is becoming a little bit brown, then this is an indication that the ugali is well done. So at this time you can remove the ugali from the heat and maybe serve it or do whatever you want. So with my case, I can notice some brown bottom, but I think I'm still going to give it some 2 or 3 minutes. And at this time, I have my onions getting really brown as I needed them. So just going to have them so slightly. Okay. Yes. So I will go ahead and put them inside the oil, like I said. This is a very quick meal that doesn't even consume you time, and it doesn't even give you any kind of stress preparing. So I recommend this to everybody else out there, or whoever wants to spend as little time as possible to serve the family or cook some food for him or herself. It's a very easy meal. So, and it is very nutritious and also very delicious as well. So I'm going to add my burgers. I'm adding them little by little. Like I said, everything is still on the heat. I add them little by little, turning this and mixing this, making sure that the oil is getting to every part of the stomach. Like, okay, maybe you have followed me in my previous video. and there I demonstrated on how to prepare the skuma wiki. So if you have seen the video yourself, you might have noticed, or you might have seen how I did prepare the burgers, in case you have no idea how you prepare them. So like I said, you just continue mixing and mixing, making sure that the oil is really sufficient for the burgers, because burgers seem to absorb a lot of oil, and for them to be really delicious you have to put a little bit more, not as much, but a little bit more. So on the other hand, I'm going to check on my ugali. Oh my god, it's really, oh, it's getting exactly to that what I had told you previously. So I'm going to show you very briefly. Just have a look. Hold on. This is the ugali. As you can see, that's the brown bottom, and this is to indicate the ugali is getting, it's almost like done. This is actually the indication that ugali is cooked, is well done, it's already finished. So I'm just going to gather the whole ugali. What you do at home, we gather this together from the sides, in the middle, towards the middle, and we try to cook this, okay, remove the rest from, oh, I'm sorry, I'm going to go back to my burgers before they disappoint me. I'm dropping the heat because it's really going fast. It's not as expected, and I'm going to still add some more and more of them, and I will just cook all of them. Oh, everything is just messy. Real, what is happening? So this is how it goes. I will just add like all of them. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Unfortunately, the packaging was not really good, and it was quite tricky. And at the same time, you have to add salt. Give some salt to the skumas, otherwise they will not have any taste. With me, I just use my eyes, making sure that the salt does not really go as much, otherwise it will overdo the taste. So right now we are just going to go straight to the ugali. I wash my hands, and oh, I noticed, yes, so I just turn the heat off. Like I said, we gather all the ugali in the middle. This is how we do it, and we use a plate. In this case, this is what I use for my ugali, and this is where I directly serve it. So you can just have a look. You take it like this and turn it the other way around. This is the ugali. This is my ugali, and surprise, that's it. Really delicious. Like I said, this is going to be really brown and and that's the ugali. So to make it really hot, and to make sure that it conserves the taste and the aroma, keep it covered. Don't open this until you get it to the table. So the ugali is done. Now we're going to the burgers or the skumas. With my skumas, I told you I'm going to use the paste. I will just add the paste, which will be very minimal. Normally when I make the skumas, I use fresh tomatoes. But with this time I didn't have any tomatoes, so I went for this. Too bad. Anyway, let's see. And I forgot to say one thing. With skumas, you don't really have to cook them. Like, skumas are just very fine vegetables that only need to be steamed, like very few minutes, you know. I think 5 minutes or 10 minutes at most. Otherwise they will not be really crunchy, and they will not really have a good taste, because once they are overcooked they lose their nutrients and vitamins as well, so they end up losing the taste. So I'm so much we are almost getting done. I will try and scratch some of this, but I think it doesn't make any sense. So let me just clear off the mess around as I wait for the rest of the minutes for my skumas to get done, and then we're going to have our ugali mboga done. I hope you guys had a good time with me in the kitchen. It was very random for me to make ugali mboga. In case you want me to demonstrate some foods, or you want me to know, you want me to show you, I'm not really a good cook, but I can demonstrate anything you wish. Okay, so guys, I just hope next time maybe you want me to show you other dishes, or you are interested in knowing other things that we Kenyans, or anything, you just write me anything you feel you want to see, or yeah. I'm still going to add some paste, and unfortunately the mbogas in our the mbogas in Germany, or the skumas, or the kohlrabi itself, is very dry. It is very, very dry. Like you notice now, it doesn't have, it's not really as what do you say this, it's not moisty, it doesn't have much of the liquids. So with this case, I'm just going to add, okay, let me show you. These are the mbogas. This is how they look like. Really delicious, really beautiful color. I'm going to add some water, just a pinch of water, because I noticed they are trying to burn. They are almost sticking on the bottom of the pot. So with this, it just gives them the moist, you know. I still add some more, just some bit of it. And at this time I think we don't have to cook them anymore, because otherwise they will not even have any good taste. So that's it all for today. I am almost done. Let me get a cover. I use this to cover the pot, and I will cover my mbogas. Before I cover them, I'm going to show you that's how they look like. So yeah, that's it. That's my food. I just turn the oven off, put them aside, and we are going to serve the ugali mboga. Just give me a second. We need such a plate for those who eat ugali mboga. In case you have much sauce in your mbogas, you don't need such a plate. But for me, I need this. So I will just put it aside. I don't know if you can really see it. Okay, let me put it right here, right there. And now we have to open the ugali. For this pot, you have to put it directly in water. You have to soak this in water, otherwise you can't get this out. And I remember back in school we used to eat the brown thing there, the crust. It was very delicious. We even used to fight for it those days. Wow, it was our food and we loved it, and it made us survive the school life. But for now, I don't think I need it. I don't need it. So I just soak this in water, not forgetting the mwiko, and we go straight to the ugali. I have my knife here. I will just go ahead and cut into slices. I will slice the ugali very, very finely into pieces as we do at home. This is how I slice my ugali. Maybe you can have a look at it. So I go pick one piece, drop it in my plate, keep the other one aside for the next serving, of course, and I go directly to my burgers. Like I said, they're having some moist in them, like sauce. I put them at the side. This is how it looks like. So that's how it is, and that's the final product of ugali mboga. It's really delicious. In case you want to taste, you are much welcome. Just make sure you come earlier before I get the whole portion in my stomach. I hope you guys, you had a lot of fun with me. Thanks for watching and welcome back again to my next video. For now, give me a thumbs up or drop your comments down there, and let's see you next time.